Okay, we are about a minute past the hour, so I think we can go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining UPS and Shipping Easy on our webinar on creating great customer experiences through shipping. Again, a few housekeeping items before we get started. This webinar will be recorded, and we'll send out a replay to the email address you registered with. If you experience any issues during the webinar, please try exiting out and coming back in. That typically solves any audio, video, and connectivity issues. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, please type them in the Q&A box. Well, we have a pretty full agenda today, and we'll try to get to some questions at the end. But if we do run out of time, we'll follow up with you after the webinar. And with that, I would like to introduce your speakers for today. So first we have Sherry Harkins, who is the Director of Marketing for UPS. Sherry leads a team of marketing professionals that actively engage with strategic partners to create best-in-class experiences designed specifically for small businesses and their customers. With over 30 years of international commerce, operations, and sales experience, Sherry has a solid track record of collaborating with global customers and industry leaders through client-centric strategies that elevate customer experiences. These business partnerships play a key role in advancing UPS's success in e-commerce market. Sherry lives in Louisville and is a board member on the UPS Women's Leadership Development Team, which provides her with meaningful opportunities to mentor women and orphan girls, as well as support causes focused on human trafficking prevention and helping victims of domestic violence. That's incredible, Sherry. Sherry holds a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology and Sociology from the University of Louisville and an MBA from Webster University. Josh Williams is our Senior Manager of Customer Success and has been with Shipping Easy for over 6 years now, helping ensure our merchants have the most optimal workflows to enhance their day-to-day shipping. He enjoys speaking with our merchants and helping them overcome any challenge that shipping their orders presents. And I am Rob Zaleski, Brand Manager for Shipping Easy. I'm coming up on lucky number 7 years here, and I have over a decade of experience helping SMBs improve their customer experience, increase sales, and promote their products. So to kick us off here, I'd like to actually start with some industry benchmarks that we've collected over this past year. And one of the things that you can definitely see, and I'm probably assuming this is not a surprise to anybody who is selling products and shipping them, that cost of delivery is still a very high concern for customers. During non-peak times, customers are more focused on shipping cost, whereas during peak times, they're a little bit more willing to spend up to make sure that they get on-time delivery. But shipping costs are continuously top of mind for your customers. Also, 79% of consumers say they want daily updates on package progress, at least upon substantial updates like shipped, in transit, delivered, etc. Over 62% of customers expect online orders to be delivered within 2 to 4 days after purchase. And 7 in 10 customers say that they're willing to pay slightly more for a product in order to help support a small business, but they still have those expectations of great experiences. Also, 81% of customers expect free returns on their products. So those customer expectations are here to stay. They are definitely continuing through 2024. And so with that, I'd actually like to turn things over to Sherry to discuss some ways that UPS can help you meet some of those customer expectations in 2024 and beyond. So Sherry, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Rob. Really appreciate being here. When it comes to a successful business, we recognize you want to partner with companies that deliver an awesome customer experience. And part of that experience is ensuring on-time delivery. At UPS, we know how critical on-time delivery is to your customers. And to hold up our end of the agreement, we've built a highly reliable network that you and your customers can count on. Our priority is to deliver on our promise and delight your customers. And for many of you, reliable, consistent service is a must through the holiday season when your holiday business spikes for your demand. According to ShipMatrix, which is a third-party shipping consultant, during the 2023 season, which is defined from December 1st through December 23rd, UPS had the best on-time performance rate in the industry, coming in at 98.9% on time. And in fact, if you look at our last 6 peak seasons, we've consistently provided the best-in-class service to our customers. From your perspective as merchants, these results are important when you're thinking about the carrier you want to partner with. And at UPS, we continually invest in our network, our vehicles, and our aircraft, and most recently invested $5.5 billion so that we can continue meeting our customer needs.
Wow, that's I mean, super important to consider how reliable carriers are when you're choosing who's to be making that delivery to your customer. It's expecting their package, especially as we continue to see e-commerce grow in demand. So, Sherry, what are some of the ways that UPS can help our businesses meet their customers' needs and continue as they scale?
Rob, you bring up an excellent point. As the US e-commerce market is projected to gross $930 billion this year, which is up 15% from 2023 and constitutes 25% of the world's total online retail sales. Our services are designed to meet your needs, whether you need them fast, faster, or fastest. And we not only cover the US, but we also cover over 220 countries and territories across the globe. So let's start with your most time sensitive shipments, those that require an uncompromising service. That's where UPS next day services come into play. If you need shipments delivered at 8 a.m. or end of business day, we provide both. But if you don't need next day air and you need more deferred products, we offer 2nd day and 3-day business. We find these solutions most resonate with marketplace requirements. And saving the best for last, if you want fast and reliable service at economical rates, then UPS Ground might be the right choice. Keep in mind that 90% of our ground shipments are delivered in 3 business days or less. But it doesn't stop there. We realize your business continues to operate over the weekends. And in order to create that great customer experience, we offer UPS weekend pickup and delivery services so you can continue processing your orders and delight your customers.
Now, those are some great services, Sherry, but I know we've partnered together to launch a new exciting service for our customers. Could you share a little bit about what that is and how they can benefit from it?
Yes, Rob, we are really excited to have recently launched the addition of UPS Ground Saver to accounts with UPS on Shipping Easy. Ground Saver is a cost-efficient solution designed for low-value residential and non-urgent shipments. This is a great option for SMBs that ship regularly and need to control their shipping expenses. It's a convenient and reliable way for companies to ship their lightweight packages while reducing cost and maximizing their efficiency. And keep in mind that there are no volume commitments, and UPS provides door-to-door tracking for this service.
I love it. And from what I've seen so far, so do our merchants who've been using it. And as some of our merchants continue to grow, we in our conversations with them, we hear a lot about shipping internationally and questions that come along with that. So from UPS's perspective, what are some reasons you and UPS see exports as a viable way to grow businesses? And what support does UPS provide businesses as they approach these new frontiers?
Rob, given the global e-commerce market is forecasted to see a considerable user increase of around 300 more million people that's going to utilize e-commerce sites and shipping apps in 2024, pushing the total user count to 3.4 billion, or 42% of the world's population. There's no time like the present to begin exporting. And often people ask, why are customers ordering from the US? Recently, I was in Mexico and I went to buy a pair of leggings, which normally in the US cost about $120, but in Mexico, they cost $250. So it's a great example of how products are often more affordable in the US. We provide a wider range of products, and they're typically better quality than what they would find elsewhere. So not only can Shipping Easy and UPS help you deliver across the US and throughout the weekend, but we can also help your business reach new markets as over 95% of consumers live outside the US. So it's the difference between marketing to 300 million people or over 7 billion people. And as you reach across borders, UPS services maintain a design that allows you to balance speed and cost depending on your needs. So, similar to the US, we offer an economical ground solution for Canada and Mexico. And those two trading partners alone account for 30% of US exports, meaning new markets are closer than you may have expected. And most recently, UPS announced as the first global integrated carrier Saturday delivery to residential customers available in Canada. So when you're ready to expand your business, Shipping Easy and UPS are there to make the journey as smooth as possible. With paperless invoice, you can easily process your shipment with a few clicks. And as one merchant put it, we're shipping international through Shipping Easy. It makes it super easy and it's
Yep. Did we lose Sherry?
yep.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so I think we had you cut out for a second there. And so,
So
yeah.
in look,
Oh, sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
in looking at where you can actually provide drop off and pickups, we have a full range of access points. And so as you look at your screen, here's how you can figure out how your closest access point is to you. We offer an industry leading global network of over 78,000 locations in the US and then 1,500 internationally in Canada. A lot of people are not aware, but we have partnered with companies like CVS, Advanced Auto Parts, Michaels, and even some neighborhood retailers. So your customers have a way of picking up or dropping off your packages in case you don't want to leave them home if someone is working and you don't want to leave your package unattended. The visual you see offers you a step-by-step instruction on how to locate the access point closest to you. And best of all, over 20,000 of our locations are open on Saturdays, and 85% of them are open past 6 p.m. So you can get the most out of your day to drop off later and have UPS take over from there.
Yeah, it's really convenient. Love that. There's some options on here I wasn't even aware of. So that's it's kind of exciting. Pretty sure most people have at least one of those stores nearby them. So that's very convenient. Okay, well, that's some great stuff, Sherry. Appreciate that. Now that we've kind of covered some of the ways that UPS can help merchants meet these customer expectations, let's actually talk about how we use UPS in Shipping Easy. And so before we dive any further, I'd like to turn things over to Josh, who will explain how to get UPS set up in Shipping Easy.
All right, thanks, Rob. I'm excited to talk with you guys here today about using UPS in Shipping Easy. If you have not added UPS yet, this is all you need to do. So as true to the name, we try to make it as seamless and as easy as possible for you. If you all can see my screen here, what you're going to do is on the left-hand side, you're going to see settings. Just click on there. And then over here under shipment settings, you're going to see something that says one balance and carriers. Go ahead and click there. And then you're going to be met with this banner right up top here that just says add UPS. It's as easy as that. All you'll need to do is just click that blue button. There's some terms and conditions that you can read through here. If we click on agree and continue, it's basically going to ask you for your shipment pickup address. And then once you fill that in and click the blue button for add UPS, there's going to be just a very quick kind of authentication process. And then it'll bring you back to this carrier screen where it will say that UPS is now connected. So it's that easy. There's nothing that you need to do other than just those simple steps. And then once that's added, you have access to the carriers or to the services that UPS offers on the slide that Rob showed. And we'll go into that in just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Josh. But while we're in the platform, I do kind of want to cover what I consider to be one of the more powerful features of Shipping Easy, and that's automation. Can you kind of demonstrate how to set up UPS presets and automate shipping selections through the automation rules?
Yeah, absolutely. This is really kind of where everything gets easier, as we say, and where we can take advantage of having the great rates that UPS offers us and gives the services that they give us. And we can make sure that those services are applied to orders really in automated way. So there's nothing that we have to do manually, for orders that we kind of specify the criteria for. So let me show you how to do that. The first thing that we're going to do is if you're on your orders page, you're going to again click on settings over here on the left. And the first thing that we're going to do is create what we call a shipping preset. So a preset is really just the combination of the carrier service, and the packaging. Those three things together make what we call a preset. So we'll go ahead and click on shipping preset. And all we're going to do is click add new preset. And you'll first select your carrier. So you can see the UPS logo right there. We'll go ahead and choose that. And we're going to make a preset for UPS ground. And so now we have our carrier, we have our service chosen, and now it's asking us for the packaging. And this is kind of up to you. If you already have some boxes that you use, you can go ahead and put your custom packaging in here and enter the dimensions. And then that way it's all kind of tied together. And once you choose that preset that has the dimensions in it, we go ahead and apply those dimensions to that particular order. But say you don't really necessarily know what package or box size you're going to use for each order, but you do know that you want it to go UPS ground because of the amazing service that they provide and the timeliness and the reliability of when they can get your customer that package. So for right now, we're just going to choose just regular package. And then here we can go ahead and give it a name. That can be any name that you want, so that you recognize it in the menu. And then you also have the ability to assign a keyboard shortcut to that particular preset there. And that's about it. And say we want to make this our domestic default preset. We're going to go ahead and click that. And then we choose create preset, and you'll see that it's right here. This is the one that we just added. We'll go ahead and put a star on it. That way it's going to be available on the ready to ship screen. And because it is now our default preset, that means that every domestic order by default is going to already choose UPS and UPS ground. And then from there, we can make any kind of edits we want. So that is kind of the first step in a lot of powerful automation that Shipping Easy has. Now, where it gets really powerful is that if we go one step further and we take that preset and we use it in specific conditions that we have for the different shipments that we are going to be sending out. And for that, we're going to go over and we're going to make what's called a shipping rule. So for you current Shipping Easy customers, if you don't already know, there's the ability to add rules. These are automated actions that take place when the order comes in from your store. So what we're going to do is create a new shipping rule right here. And we're going to call this one UPS ground. And we're going to say, we definitely want to be able to choose the condition of any order that we know is going to be going to a residence as opposed to a commercial address. We know that we want that order to go UPS ground. So we're going to choose, for this example, the destination type. And so our statement says, if the destination type is equal to, and for this, we're going to choose residential. So this tells Shipping Easy, look for this, right? And then if you do see this condition, then do this. So for the then statement, we're going to say set shipping preset. And then we're going to go ahead and choose that preset that we just made a little bit ago called UPS One Balance Ground Package. We choose that. And here are the conditions. What it's going to do is the order comes in. It's going to apply this preset to the residential order. And then it's just going to leave it on the orders page for you to then, go ahead and continue to do what you want with it. So once we click Save Rule, it says that our rule has been created. And at that point, there's really nothing else that we need to do. Like the rule is active. Any orders that come in from now moving forward that are to a residence, that rule will apply. Now, any orders that you currently have on your page, before you create the rule, they're not going to be affected. That rule is not going to be applied to those. But any orders moving forward will definitely have that rule. If it applies, it'll have that rule engaged and triggered for it.
Excellent. Thanks, Josh. We will come back to the app here in just a minute, but I'm going to hop back in here and talk a little bit about how to infuse your brand and customer experience into every step of the shipping process. So as I mentioned earlier, 7 out of 10 people say that they're willing to spend a little bit more to support an SMB, but that they still want a personalized, unique, and worry-free experience. With limited resources, how can SMBs still give those great experiences to customers that they expect when they want to support them? So this can all come through the shipping experience. Every touch point is an opportunity to build relationships with customers and meet or exceed what their expectations are. So oftentimes when people think about shipping, they just think about slapping a label on a box, giving it to a carrier, and carrier delivers it to the customer, and there's not much more to it. Whereas this is the last step of the e-commerce journey that then leads to hopefully more steps and continued steps. So personalizing every one of those touch points is going to be key to building that rapport and that relationship with customers to keep them coming back. One of the first things that you can do is personalizing and customizing packing slips and packaging. So, you can choose to customize packing slips based on the store or marketplace that your customer is coming from. So you can kind of show them that you recognize how and where they found you, and even add personalized messages into some of those packing slips. And when a customer opens the box, aside from the product that they get, the packing slip is also right there. And you can also include links to your social sites, to review sites to try to build up some more of your reputation. You can provide special offers based on where the customer came from. And you can also feature your returns policy, because I actually have this up on the slide. 81% of customers expect free returns, and they definitely want to know what your returns policy is when they shop with you. So Josh, let's hop back into the app and let's look over how to customize a packing slip and how easy it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And the great thing about what we give you in Shipping Easy is just the level of customization that you can do. And let me show you how simple it can be. So again, we're going to go to settings on the left. And then under label sizes and printing options, we're going to go ahead and choose packing slip. The first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you choose the correct size of your packing slip. If you're using a regular thermal printer, that would be your 4x6 if you're going to use that for your packing slips as well as your label. But for most people, it's a regular 8.5 by 11 page that they print out. So we have our 8.5 by 11 chosen right there. And there's a couple of templates in here, but for this one, we're going to just start with a new template. And we give you a couple of groups of templates. So say if you want a packing slip that has, images of the product on there, you can start with this one. If you're doing any kind of like personalization and you don't want the prices to be shown, for instance, we also have a template for a gift packing slip, which just removes the prices and has just the items in there. But for this example, we'll just start with we like the one with the picture here. So we're just going to select that, and then we want to modify this template. Now, this may look daunting to some. This is really just a simple HTML template editor, um, meaning you can see anything that are any items or text that are in the brackets here. That is just detail that is specific to that particular order. So we have a place for order number up here, but depending on the packing slip that you're printing, that order number is going to change for each order, right? So this is just telling Shipping Easy for this particular order, pull in that specific order number and put it here. But here are some of the things that Rob was talking about. Your store logo. If you haven't already gone into your store settings in Shipping Easy, we make it very easy for you to go into your store settings, and there's a place there to add your store logo. There's nothing else that you need to do there. As long as this is in your template, we'll go ahead and take that store logo that's in there and apply it to your packing slip template. Now, we've included a lot of the usual information that people want to see on a packing slip in terms of what they're getting, the billing and, the shipping, any note specifically to the, that the customer may have put. But we also give you a whole list of other things that you may, depending on your business, want to include. And those are going to be up in these three icons here on the top. So we have store variables, customer variables, and then order and shipment variables. And by variable, I mean things related to those categories, right? So we'll go into the order and shipment variable here. So for instance, if we wanted to kind of put, for whatever reason, something right in here that's related to the order, say we want to put something that came in a custom field on the packing slip, we would just go ahead and click into the order and shipment variable, choose custom field 1, and then you can see it applies it right there to be placed on the packing slip when it gets printed. Now, once you're done editing, you can go ahead and click on Create Template. It's going to save all of those edits in there. And we get this confirmation that says it's been created. And then here it is right here. And then now that will be the default packing slip that is used for your orders moving forward. And again, just like everything else, if you wanted to maybe switch out some templates, you can do that in the automation rules, which we talked about earlier. And so we make that really easy, to find that out as well. But that again helps instill and put your brand in front of your customer, which turns regular customers into repeat customers.
Excellent. Love it, Josh. So now I'm going to touch on another opportunity that's a great touch point that shipping provides to merchants, and that is email campaigns. So email campaigns can be a lot more than just promoting a sale or a new product. The shipping process actually provides additional touch points to power email campaigns, which many email clients don't have access to. But Shipping Easy provides a customer marketing add-on that helps merchants do just that. So one example is a customized Buy It Again campaign based on delivery events and products they purchased. So you can actually use the delivery date to power an email trigger just before your customer may be running out of a product. And you know your product better than anyone, so you can adjust when that is most likely to be. So it's going to be the most effective, and continue to test and tweak until you really nail it. But you can be basically the hero to the customer by reminding them, hey, we feel like you might be running out of this. Place your order now so that you don't run out. So for example, like let's say you sell coffee and somebody buys 6 bags of coffee. You as the roaster have a general idea of how long those bags are probably going to last them. And so you can set the delivery trigger to send an email out right about just before when that happens to remind them to buy again before they have a chance to maybe even consider a competitor or go somewhere else or go to the local store. So using the delivery trigger as a really powerful tool to create really, really timely email campaigns. You can also use order information to suggest additional products based on previous purchases to show the customers that you're actually paying attention to what they buy and suggesting things that may go along and complement those. Another important one is customer win-back email campaigns based on the last time something was delivered to a customer, even kind of calling out what they ordered last time. And hey, it's been a while since you ordered X product. Would you like to come back, and you can offer a coupon along with that, or just a simple reminder. We typically recommend around 90 days since the last delivery, but again, you know your products better than anyone, so you should be able to kind of adjust that. But using shipping and delivery as a trigger for email campaigns is a really powerful way to make customers feel like you have them top of mind. So Josh, I'm gonna have you hop back into the platform and kind of show how quick and easy it is to set up the brand or the customer marketing tool.
Yeah, be glad to. So this is probably one of my favorite features within Shipping Easy. So on the left-hand side in your menu, there is a space for marketing. If we click there, what we're going to do is find email campaigns. So we have any active campaigns we have listed in here, but for this example, we're going to make a new one, and you'll see how quick and easy we can do this. If we click on Create Campaign, we basically ask you, what type of campaign do you want to make? A regular campaign would be kind of your traditional email blast. So you have a list of customers, you want to craft an email, and then when you click the button, you want it to send to all of that list as kind of a manual email campaign, right? But what Rob just talked about is what we call our automated campaigns. So we're going to go ahead and select automated. And I'm a big fan of that buy it again reminder. I'm a big coffee fan as well, so that speaks to me. But we're going to go ahead and use that as our example. So if we click on buy it again reminder, we give you a couple of options of email templates to kind of start with. And once we click into it, you'll see you can really go any direction you want with these. So just for starters, we're going to select this template here, and you'll see in the editor, it's very easy to go ahead and craft the email to make it be exactly how you want it to be. You can change the colors, you can add graphics, you can adjust text, and everything is drag and drop. We also have an online image, the ability to search up kind of public domain images to add to your email campaign. So if I wanted to, for instance, add an image right in here, and I want my image to have something to do with coffee, because that's what I sell, I just type in coffee. These are all free to use, copyright free. And say I like this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to drag it in here, and you can see how the editor automatically resizes it for you because it thinks that that's what you want to do. But if for some reason you want to expand it, you absolutely have all the ability to do that with all of the different tools that we have in here. And then once you're happy with the edit that you've made, you can also preview how it's going to look both on desktop and on the mobile. So we give you that ability there. So you're going to go ahead and customize to your heart's content, make it look exactly how you want. And then from there, you can even send some test emails to yourself or to a business partner just to get their take on it. By using this link here, and then make changes if needed. But if we're happy with that, we're going to go ahead and click on Save and Continue on the bottom. And as you can see, we're almost to the last step here already. Here is where we would kind of give this campaign a name, but this is where we're going to set the criteria of when we want this particular email to be emailed out automatically. This is going to be the trigger, as you would say. So we're going to say if our if a purchased item in the order contains the word coffee, then we want Shipping Easy to automatically send this buy it again email when the items haven't been ordered, we'll say for 14 days, 2 weeks. Okay, so if this condition is met for a particular customer, then this email will automatically go out to that customer for a buy it again reminder. Once we have our conditions set here, and we can add as many conditions as we want, but once we're done, we'll go ahead and click on review. And that's pretty much it. Once I choose which email I want the reply to go to, I can put that in here, obviously my company name, and then a catchy subject line here. We still give you another option to preview here in your browser, or to send a test so you can see what it actually looks like in an inbox by these links here. And once I click on activate campaign, we just confirm that that's what you want to do. Once we click activate, we can now see that that campaign is active, and we put the little green active here. And this screen here will show you all of kind of the typical email marketing metrics in terms of clicks and opens, that sort of thing. So you can kind of, see how your campaign is doing. But again, once this is set up and running, there is nothing that you have to do unless you want to come in and make some kind of change to the wording or how it looks. As long as that criteria is the same for you, you don't have to remember to do this. Shipping Easy will automatically take care of it for you.
And one of my new favorite features in the customer marketing tool is the ability to use AI to create your own images. I played around with that for a little while too, and it was a cool little feature to have added on there. So infusing AI
100%.
into everything these days.
Yep. Yep.
And so moving on, I mentioned earlier that a lot of customers want to be able to track their packages. According to recent research that we've done, 42% of consumers said that they want shipping updates every single day, with the vast majority saying that they want updates on substantial updates like shipping, transit time, out for delivery, and delivered. So it's absolutely crucial that merchants have a solution for keeping customers up to date on the tracking of their packages. So Shipping Easy has always had the ability to send customers a tracking email. Like that's kind of been a standard thing. And some tracking solutions can be pretty pricey out there. But Shipping Easy now has a free branded tracking tool with branded emails, the ability to opt in for SMS notifications, and branded tracking pages with merchants, website links, social channels, special offers, and more customization. And it's really cool because you can actually you can brand it with your own colors. You can have your logo on there. It's a distraction-free zone for someone to find out the status of their package with only your content there. So the tracking experience is an easy opportunity for SMB merchants to provide like a polished and professional experience that meets their customer expectations and can even actually help grow sales. So Josh, one more time, I'm going to have you hop back in and show how just a few clicks we can set up a branded tracking page.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's about getting repeat customers, right? And like Rob said, we essentially do the work for you and create for you a custom branded, for all intents and purposes, web page for your customers to land on to view kind of the status of their particular order. So to get here, all you're going to do is click on this tracking link here in the menu on the left-hand side. And then you're going to see something that says branded tracking and notifications. Once you come to this page, you're going to make sure, obviously, your store name is in here, store URL. This is kind of just regular, data that you would want to give. And then it'll see all of the stores you have connected, and you can choose which stores you want to have this tracking experience for the orders for that store. So I want them for all of my stores, obviously, and so I'm going to make sure they're all checked. But also just to let you know, this is a live dynamic view right here. So you can click on the different links within here and see just how it's going to look and feel. And again, just like similar to the customer marketing template, we give you the option of seeing this both on a mobile view, on your desktop view in the browser, and then on a tablet if that's what you want to, just to make sure it looks right on all of those different forms of media. So And the one thing, I'll look at the desktop view right here, and I hope you can see this, but we show you the shipping contents in this particular order, as well as all of the activity that the carrier, such as UPS, is providing to Shipping Easy in terms of where that package is in transit. Once I have all of this filled in, I'm going to click on Next, and this is when it gets fun. We can go in here, we can change the layout. Say you want the date over here on the right-hand side, you want the shipping contents on the far left, you can just change the layout of that. And then, you can play with the colors and use your own, and we get very, very, very granular into the color spectrum here. So we can make sure that absolutely, your particular color of your brand is represented correctly. And you can see as I change the color here, it is updating it over here in the live view. So you can see in real time what those changes will look like. And then once we have our store logo already put in, we're going to go ahead and click on Next. We want to make sure that we include all of our social links. Those will be populated right up here. So we just want to make sure that you include that. As well as in beta, we can add a promotional image if you have that. And then we do give you the option of putting some menu items on the page as well. This could be products that maybe you are looking to drive more of a view toward. You can put a link to a product there. It can be really anything that you see of value with a hyperlink to it as well. And then once we have this set how we want it, we click Save and Publish. And now this is active. So anytime that my customer gets an update, if I choose to have that enabled, they will get not only just a page with a link to kind of the shipment details, but they'll get a branded page with their shipping detail, like the one that UPS is providing here for us. And again, if they want more detail, they can absolutely click on that hyperlink, and then that will take them to the detailed view of the transit time and where to see where the package is. So really simple. Honestly, if you're not using branded tracking, you should absolutely go into your account today and just enable it as quickly as I did. And yeah, I think you'll see some really good return on that. Your customers will really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a huge thing, and it's becoming kind of a default expectation. So some sort of tracking ability is, especially if you can do it in your own branded environment, is massive. Next thing I'm going to talk about in terms of customer experience is one of probably most people's least favorite terms, and that is returns. But returns are a major factor in customer experience, and they don't have to be a bad experience. Like I said, 81% of customers expect free returns, so making sure that you're getting the best shipping rates is crucial. But when it comes to cart abandonment, 47% of cart abandonment is due to merchants charging additional fees, with 16% of people saying that they will abandon a cart if they think that the returns policy is unsatisfactory. So it's super important to have a clear and conspicuous returns policy to give your customers peace of mind and really start building that trust. So through all these different touch points, you can have your returns policy present in your order and shipping confirmation emails. You can have it on your branded tracking pages, in your branded tracking emails. Make sure it's easy to find on your website so that from the first experience, you're meeting those customer expectations as well. And as we kind of wrap up here, because we're coming up on time, I do usually like to end when I'm talking about customer experience on some lifecycle marketing tips to help make sure you keep your customers coming back. So when we're talking about customer experience, you can find success in creating community so that the relationship with your business feels more organic. You can do this by creating Facebook pages or Facebook groups, or if you're one of the cool kids, you can use a Discord server because that seems to be where people are hanging out now. But really just ask your customers where they are and try to find a way to be there too. These touch points can be as simple as not using a no reply email address when you're sending customer communications. Like, give people the ability to respond and have a conversation with you, because that will build that trust and that relationship and help keep you top of mind. Also can help you actually reach them in the inbox instead of always ending up in the promotional tabs. User-generated content is another opportunity that not enough merchants are using. If you monitor social for tagged and untagged mentions of your brand and engage with them, find opportunities to feature your customers in content and show your products out in the wild. Make sure that you're monitoring review sites. Reviews are a great way to find passionate customers, get great testimonials, and even find some more user-generated content. So make sure you're always asking for feedback and then checking up on those opportunities on review sites. You can do this through, again, email campaigns. On your packing slips, you can ask for reviews. You can even link to review sites from your branded tracking pages. So any touch point, you can find ways to continue fostering this community and building that relationship with your customers. And I do want to end on one final important note when it comes to this is always ask permission to use your customers' content on social or on your website or in email campaigns. Most people are going to be thrilled to be featured, but using their content without permission can lead to a poor customer experience and make them feel a little jaded that you just grab their content without asking them. So, with the rise of influencers, people are always happy to have their faces on, associated with the product. So just make sure that you're reaching out and asking for permission to share with that. And so that leads us to our Q&A. I think we may have time for a couple questions. We went a little longer than anticipated there. I do see some questions around access points. People seem really interested in that. Sherry, how do people actually find the UPS access points?
Of course, Rob. So you can easily access our access points through ups.com. And so if you click on Find Locations and then UPS US, and just a note, 92% of the population lives within 5 miles of a UPS access point location. I know personally, I pass several between work and home, and I live about 5 miles from the office. And we will be sending out the link post webinar so that you have access to that link without having to search for it.
Yes, absolutely. And then a couple questions popped up once I was covering returns. Does UPS offer options for return services and Shipping Easy? I think either you or Josh can answer that.
Absolutely. And Josh, if you want to.
Yeah, I'd be happy to show you where that is. We absolutely offer returns using UPS. So the easiest way to do that would be to go to your shipping page here, and then go to your shipment history. And it would be, we assume that you want to find, a label that you had already sent out and be able to send a return label to, to that customer, for example. So we're going to say, I don't have much on my shipment history page, but for here, I'm going to go ahead and click, you just click on the right here, create prepaid return shipment. And then what that's going to do is put it back on your ready to ship screen, where here I can go in and create my return carrier and my packaging and put in my dimensions. And you can see it goes and flips the to and from address to create that return. And then once you go to print that label, we give you the option of actually printing it and generating the physical label, or it will ask you, do you want to email this label to your customer? And you can go ahead and put in the email address that you want it to go to. And once that's done, then we'll go ahead and send a PDF of that label for that person to use for the return.
Excellent. Thanks,
Thank you,
Josh.
Josh. That was really helpful. And always remember that once your customer prints that label and has the package ready, they can drop it off at a UPS access point.
Yeah, the fact that I think you said within 5 miles of over 90% of the population, Sherry, there's an access point. That is unbelievable. I didn't know that. That is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I think we're running a little bit over here, so I'm going to try to respect everybody's time and go ahead and cut this out. But thank you, everyone, for joining us. We hope that you learned a little bit about the many opportunities in shipping to improve your customer experience. We're always here if you have questions, and there were definitely some questions that came in that we will address post-webinar, so keep an eye out for those. So thank you again for joining us. Thank you, Sherry and Josh, for being excellent hosts on this, and we will hopefully see you all again soon. Happy
Thank
shipping.
you so much. Appreciate it, Rob.